Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 4th season of the Lugia League. The Lugia League is a not-deck based draft league with a few caveats. I will not be explaining the basics of a draft league, because there are people out there who can definitely explain it better than I could. For added context, I played in Season 2 of the Lugia League for my first ever draft, and I ended up losing in semi-finals of playoffs. Ugh. So after sitting out Season 3, I returned because the other participants knew and hold I did good for too long. Back then, I played for the Sector 7 Red Devils, but now I hold the mantle I had in Hayden's draft league of the Quebec Quagsire once more. Despite being a not-dex-based draft league, only 499 months are present in this iteration of the league. So sadly, Kamo, my beloved, is on a business trip somewhere down in New York. With this out of the way, let's get started on my picks. I was one of the last players to draft, so while everyone was busy taking busted mons like Valiant, Dragapult, to the mascot itself Lugia, I decided to get ahead in the harm's race for mechas by taking Devil Trigger Damawile. With a coveted Steel Fairy typing, access to priority, Intimidate, massive wall-breaking potential, and some other stuff maybe, Mecha Mawile will be something the opponent will absolutely have to watch out for. Guess the Sector 7 Red Devils still live on in this league after all. Here is a fact. It's still an Eternum draft without me having the option to go nuclear. Clownenheimer, the Blacephalon, will be taking care of special attacking duties and be a potential game ender if it gets boosted too much. It's even a possible Z-move user. Let's just say I'll bring terror to both sides of the spectrum. I also consider the name Pomni-Man, just so you know. Ground's my favorite type, so I knew I needed to resist. And also I wanted to deny a potential Sneasler combo, so Terrain Expansion, the Rillaboom, was my next choice. Getting her quick out of the picture is nice, but it's also because I wanted to abuse priority whether my opponent liked it or not. This pick also set up the actual crown insert that is El Berdio, the Lucha. It had a terrible breakup with Taro Coco, and I support my luchador brothers, sisters, and of any other gender. Entering the doorframe from the upper floor, Raikou, the Raging Bolt, has been chosen to complete the 2-1 Steel Fairy Dragon Core, as well as giving me a Paradox for booster energy shenanigans. Yeah, there's one extra R for every segment on its great neck. As if my physical priority wasn't rough enough, I now wield special priority in Thunderclap. Although it's not allowed to take hearts anymore because this move's a war crime, Badgeriz, the Manaphy, can still pack a punch. It completes the Firewater Grass core I was going for, and is quite flexible in what it can do for the team, either supporting it or be a slower win con with Tail or Calm Mind / Store Power. Just gotta watch out for Mirror her shenanigans. Last thing I want is getting the viewer swept by Telg or something. As some of you may know, Drapion is my favorite Pokemon of all time. And you know, in draft, you need a grounded poison type. And I could use a dark type. So this is why I chose Alolan Mud. They were both the same amount of points, sorry Drapion. Skizzles will make my opponents forcefully taste the rainbow, and is a defensive mod with good offensive capabilities, so it makes me less weak to stronger special offense. Mention that you need a grounded poison type or else you get destroyed by T-Spikes. As if the team name didn't give it away already, I am French Canadian, and I needed something to represent my culture. So Maple Syrup Drop, the Rebombi, makes its entrance. You see, I look to pretend it throws syrup on the field to slow the enemy down. It's code for webs. Having something naturally fast with access to plenty of support options like screens, the aforementioned webs, transport, etc. will make my offense more sustainable and win-con setup much easier. Everything on my team has an all-out aggressive option. Even my spinner. Helivian Urban, the Cloister, takes spinning duty as well as spiking, as well as shell smashing, as well as special Z move, as well as... For my last pick, I considered taking Rhyperior and Linoon, but the chances I'd be able to reuse both of them properly were quite low, so I went for the Greatest Tusk, the Mammoth Swine. Ice and Ground is a very powerful offensive typing, as well as being really the only viable Step Rock user on my team, which, you know, I could have planned better around that, but anyway, everyone's got hazard control or a pair of Trojans lying around. I made sure it does learn nice high horsepower, since it could be paired up with Blazblue. And that's it for the draft. I rigorously never got sniped despite having multiple alternative plans, so I'm curious to see where this zany crew takes me for this season of the Lugia League. See you in the first week, where I will be fighting Pencil.